Alright, welcome back, guys! We are so close to the end of the first season. So welcome to an episode of Comic Cartoons. This one is called Intervention, which is the 12th episode, I believe. Yes, 12th episode. So this one is the big penultimate episode. Is that what they call it? Penultimate?
Yeah, penultimate.
Penultimate episode where, of course, Spider-Man realizes that, hey, alien symbiotes are bad.
Yeah. They're all bad for humankind. So this message is Quinn.
Hmm?
My name's Mr. Mackey.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't even understand you. I can't understand you. What do you want? Anywho, so yeah, this one is like kind of the more obligatory origin story episode. So it's like a lot of it's kind of like, okay, been there, done that. But at the same time, the way they went about it was clever, and they did incorporate a lot of interesting stuff from the movies and comic books.
Yeah.
Which was nice. That was cool. I like the first half more than I like the second half, because the second half is just the, okay, here's the Spider-Man origin, because we have to tell it eventually.
Yeah, but of course they also had Ed Asner in there.
Yep, Ed Asner plays Uncle Ben, yay. What else has Ed Asner done? I know
Cogswell and... I can't... the Cop and Freakazoid. Hey, Freakazoid, you want to go to...
Oh!
Do I?
Yep, I know.
He was also in, I believe he's also in Gargoyles.
Yeah,
which you've told.
Greg
I didn't realize
Greg Wiseman, who originally
and
worked on it.
of course, Up.
Oh, yeah, he was in Up. Oh,
Yeah.
I never put that together for some reason. But yeah, I bet he plays Uncle Ben. Does a pretty good job at it.
Yeah.
Because how it works is once Spider-Man realizes that, hey, you know, symbiote's changing me, he's turning me into someone I don't like, and I want it off, but at this point, it's like, it's too late. He's already permanently bonded. It was a nice twist on the classic Bell scene, in that the Bell doesn't work the first time.
Yeah.
Because the symbiote's too powerful. So then he cases like this mental dream state where the symbiote tries to convince Peter to make their bond permanent by showing him all the shitty things he's had to deal with up to this point. And that's when Uncle Ben comes in, because apparently when he woke up, used the Uncle Ben memory, he stirred his memory, so now he can do his own shit in Peter's brain.
Yeah, admittedly, this part led to something that felt kind of weird, where it's like, wait, were you just talking about how, like, he's back, as in, like, you're not realizing that he went from, like, thinking he was alive to just, like, forgetting that he was in a dream sequence to begin with?
Well, you can argue that's more of a transitional thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I interpret it. Because, like, at first he realizes, oh, wait, this is the dream. Oh, wait, Uncle Ben's alive again. Oh, crap, this is the field trip. I shouldn't do what I did last time, because then we're going to prevent everything.
Yeah.
But then after that, it kind of just acts like how it happened when it happened, which I was personally fine with. I just kind of took it as the more he got into it, the more like he lost realization that this was a dream. It kind of inceptionized it.
That makes sense. It was just kind of that weird, like, initial thing. Just felt kind of jarring at first.
It didn't really have too much because a lot of it's just the symbiote doing its own thing. So I'm assuming it's just fucking with Peter's brain all at once.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of how I interpret it. Again, there's a lot of fun combinations between the movies and the comic books here. Like, for example, you did the intro sequence in Connor's lab where they show the spiders is directly from the Sam Raimi movie, but the scene afterwards where he's jumping out of the car and he crunches the pipe with his hand is directly from the first issue.
Yeah. Also, the whole 14-15 spiders thing, that was...
14, 15, which one?
Yeah, it's like, you know, we have 15 spiders.
Yeah, that's from the movie.
Yeah, okay.
That's directly from the movie. No, in the comic books, it was just radioactive spider, because radioactive doesn't kill you, it just gives you superpowers, which was a bad thing to tell kids at the time.
Oh god, I'm thinking of an internet cartoon that was just so messed up.
What?
When Peter Parker becomes bitten by a radioactive spider, he becomes a cancer patient. It showed just like, I was like, oh dear God.
That's fucked up.
They're playing the old, like, 60s Spider-Man song over it, just like, oh.
I'm a sad Spider-Man now. Anywho.
Back to less offensive / sad things.
Yeah. But up before that, though, there are some pretty good character moments. You do have Spider-Man, like, in full angry angst mode.
Yeah.
Not
emo.
Not emo, not dancing, no pelvic thrusts or weird jazz dance number shit, and no fucking floppy hair, whatever the hell that was. It's like, emo mode activated. And then walk out. This one, like, no, he's understandably pissed, and symbiote's kind of feeding off that, which makes it worse. So, of course, last episode, Aunt May's in the hospital, so Peter's understandably reeling from that.
Yeah.
Realizes that his hospital bill's outrageous. and he can't afford to pay it, so understandably he's got a lot on his mind, so that would piss off anybody, but the symbiote just amplifies it.
Yeah.
To the point where he's just rejecting all his friends, he's being a huge dick.
Yeah. And you know what's sad? He was still calmer than Eddie.
Okay. Before we talk about Eddie, which we have to talk about, because that is kind of one of the bigger problems I have with the season, and kind of in the show in general. I do want to talk about Flash Thompson, though, because I felt like he actually got his moment to be humanized a little bit.
Well, even also in the one with Mysterio. I mean, the one where the chameleon where he first gets the symbiote.
Where
he's like
a little bit like he defends Spider-Man, but that's
Yeah.
more of the fact that he's just a major Spider-Man fanboy. And they've established that pretty early on. So.
Fair enough.
So that one I didn't really take much as that. What they did do here is the fact that when he is acting like a jerk, Flash is the one that goes, "Hey, you're acting like a huge dick."
That's my shtick.
That's my shtick. It's like, people are just trying to help you. Stop being a dick. Stop pushing everyone away. You have a problem. I get it, but don't take it on everyone else, basically, which is perfectly fair.
Which also led to one of the better, like one of the good little quips from the next episode, which we'll get to. With
Oh, yeah. Not as far as I know. Anyway.
Not that one. I meant, I'll talk about it afterwards.
Fair enough. Okay.
That was a good one, too, though.
But I like that they do, because in the comic books, Flash and Peter do eventually become friends.
Yeah. I know they addressed that. Yeah, because I know... Yeah, I also know that he becomes the subject of these episodes as well, eventually. Of course, that's an entirely different thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, Flash in the comic books is kind of but they've had a lot of changes with him in the past. Like, originally, like, of course, he was a bully, then he transitioned into Peter's friend, and then he became a war veteran. And then there was a time where he was a brain-dead patient for a while. And then one more day happened, and then he became a war veteran that lost both his legs. But now he's Venom, so he's cool. Now that I say it out loud, Flash Thompson kind of had a complicated history.
If anyone should be mad, it's Flash Thompson.
Well,
I'm sorry, Eugene.
Eugene, yeah. They actually do explain where the Flash nickname came from. It's actually pretty funny. But there's someone's gonna say, oh yeah, but yeah, like, unfortunately I never got to having Flash Thompson as Venom on this show, unfortunately. They did do it in the Ultimate Spider-Man show. I know that. Poorly, from what I understand, from what I saw. Because I watched a clip, I was like, it's like, you know, maybe there is Agent Venom's in this show. Maybe it won't be too bad. Watch a clip. Oh, god damn it. Fuck this show. The series is actually really good. The Flash Thompson Venom series is actually really good.
I just somehow imagine like one of those laughing Thompson memes. Yeah, just like, so let me get this straight. You take the most popular character, and you completely mess it up. Genius!
If that's not a meme, I hope it becomes one. Come to think of it, that can be applied to so many things. We should work on that.
Damn right.
Look out for the Flash Thompson meme in the future. Post it on every social media thing.
Yeah, just Genius Flash.
Genius. Yeah, so we must make this a thing. Okay. That being said, okay, let's talk about Eddie. Because of course, like, Venom was always like one of my favorite characters. The Eddie Brock Venom, not the Matt Gargan Venom. Fuck that.
I'll take your word for it.
Matt Gargan was also Scorpion. He eventually becomes.
Right. Yeah, Venom that one I knew about.
Yeah. And of course, Flash Thompson Venom, which I actually really like. But
I knew about that as well, but I just didn't know the entire circumstances. But back to Eddie.
No, but like the Eddie was always my favorite Venom. He was, of course, like the original. He's the classic. Is when everyone was like grew up. Is when I grew up on. Always loved him to death. This one I like what they were building up with him, but then there's like, because this is the second to last episode of the season, is the fact that it felt like they just really rushed through it.
Yeah.
Because they need him to become angry Venom by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Which he does, and like, I feel like if they just had even a couple more episodes to flesh it out a little more and justify like where this pure angry rage is really coming from.
Like they do a good job of establishing it. It's just like they go from 1 to 11.
Yeah, pretty fast. And like in the finale, I can make a bigger argument as to why that change kind of comes about because the symbiote gets involved, but I'll talk about that with that episode. Yeah. But like up to that point, especially I think is in this episode or the episode beforehand, Mary Jane and Eddie Brock go on a date.
more and more, I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Yeah. But either way, they go on an angry date where he gives them the backstory about how Peter and Eddie know each other because their parents, they grew up together, basically, they're childhood friends, and their parents died together. But Mary Jane, it's like, hey, no, get off because you're driving like a reckless maniac, and then has Peter's twice the man you'll ever be. We're just like, where did that fucking come from?
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me, because I was driving like an asshole, but I don't know if that means he's just an angry ass, he's just a bad driver.
Yeah.
Let alone that he deserves he's twice the man you'd ever be. I would expect that if he slapped her one.
Yeah.
That would make sense. This one just kind of feels like that's another line that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm. And then, of course, you understand why he's pissed. It's just the way it's executed. Just something about it doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah. It just needed a smoother transition.
Yeah, because, of course, taking the symbiote makes him lose his job, it makes him lose his school, which basically means he's fucked for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So it's it makes sense why he's pissed, but something about the way it's executed just does not ring true to me, and it still bugs me. Obviously.
Yeah, the fact that it was all just kind of compounded, in the that you said, just it all kind of happened in those last couple instead of being done over time.
Because even then, he still gets pissed in the previous episode, but he calms down more or less towards the end of it.
Yeah.
And the only time he ever gets really pissed at the end of Persona with the whole Black Cat thing, which even then understandable, but that doesn't seem like rageful. I'm gonna fucking murder you rage.
Yeah.
And not until this episode again, where it just kind of goes, I'm pissed off you can't be friends anymore, to die!
Yeah.
Do I become Venom now? I murder you! I want to eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, again, the rest of the episode's fine. I mean, this isn't the best episode in the show, the one with Green Goblin was better.
Yeah.
But it's still an okay episode.
I thought it was pretty good overall, just, it was a good, character piece in terms of just trying to doing analyses on both ones, kind of showing how each one's the antithesis of the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it could have been done a bit more smoothly, as you said.
Yeah.
The next episode, on the other hand,
I love the next episode. I love it to death. Because obviously I do. My fucking YouTube name is Venom and Carnage, for God's sake. I mean, granted, I made that before I made the Michael Comic Persona. Otherwise, obviously, I would have picked a better name. But at the time. Alright, so I think it's all... Do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Okay, so I think it's all we got for this episode, guys. Tune in next time for the last episode of this season. So, see you all next time.